Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Clittadel. Tis I making another video once again today. I have quite a few things to talk about with you all today. First off, did you hear about the Mexican man that robbed a train? It's crazy. If you look at the police reports, right, it turns out the man had a rather loco motive. It's a very shitty joke. I thought of it just on the spot a couple hours ago. I figured it would be funny to tell on here. But yeah, anyways. Today I wanted to talk about Sheeple. I don't know if any of you know the term. Basically what I'm on about is people tend to just follow what others do, you know, monkey see, monkey do. Why does this occur? Well, it's quite interesting really, mostly because we're fucking stupid, a lot of us. We all tend to do it. Even those that say, oh, I don't want to follow the crowd, they end up following the crowd. For example, you have entrepreneurs working 11-hour days just so they can avoid a 9-to-5 like everybody else. Okay, you're definitely hitting the mark there. Or let's say you're at a toll booth for driving. Everybody just suddenly queues up in the same lane. I've had times where you go to a fuel pump station and everybody's queuing up, so I think, oh fuck that, I drive past and there's empty spaces, just everyone's queuing up for the same one. No reason to it whatsoever. And it's a very interesting concept, but there was someone I spoke to about this exact thing once, and that is when I did my driving test. The kid I was doing my driving test with, because they take two at the same time, he was studying, I can't remember what it was called, it was marketing psychology or something like that. Basically, when you walk into a shop, apparently everything that you see has been put there for a reason, and it's based on what this guy was studying, purely to do. You know, it's like, oh, you see this at the front, that's psychologically put there. You see this at the back, that's psychologically put there. They shift things around on purpose, psychologically, you know. It's so much that goes into this sort of thing, just to make everybody follow the same crowd. Much like a couple of videos back, I said, I thought I was, what was it? I was relieving my bladder into a urinal, and I thought that I was expressing my free will by pissing on the stain, but I wasn't. It was just another trick to make people fall into. It's a very, very interesting concept, and it's beyond me. It's something that a marketing genius is best at. But today, look at here, sunny Spain. I've got the cat just relaxing. Hey, kitty cat. Psst, 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 psst. Look at that. She's happy. She's dandy. I don't really know what to do with myself today. I've come back home from work and I've decided to relax, sort of. I was thinking of playing on my racing simulator setup. Again, wearing the boddery today. I've not really got too much to talk about. Oh, actually, yes, I do. You see this here? This motor is a brilliant, brilliant thing. It's from AliExpress, and I got it maybe 3 years ago. My sister bought it because we wanted to use it on the little rowing boat, and it's just been sat here for a very, very long time, but I reckon that would start up first try. Well, maybe not first pull, but I could get it going in a couple pulls. Let's try it now. How many pulls do you think it will take? Just in the comments. Yeah. I would prime the fuel, but the thing is a bit broken. I'm going to put the choke on. Air intakes here, carburetor thing, exhaust on the other side. Not too much fuel, but enough in the lines. Let's give it a bit of gas. Second pull. Second pull. That's what I'm saying. Alibaba has got you guys covered. Oh, pissing loads of water out. Lay back on the throttle. A bit more throttle. Fuck's sake. See, getting it started is one thing, keeping it running is a whole other matter. lay back on the throttle. There we go, it's running. It doesn't run very well. Now it's up and going. So you tell me, can you get yourself an engine off of Alibaba for 100 quid and have it run for 3 or 4 years and start up that easily without even touching it for many, many months on end? It's never had an oil change either. It's not been run nearly enough. And I know that oil degrades over time anyways. But it's such a crappy little engine, we don't care. And I don't know if I've ever told the story on how I actually happened to get that little boat. For those of you that have been following for a long time, maybe you do know. But it was when I was on the dolphin boat. I used to work on a dolphin boat in Gibraltar, going out to see dolphins every single day. I know, such a hard job. I had to wake up at the crack of dawn, about 10 o'clock. Days when I'd be working in the office, even earlier. I think I'd have to wake up about 9 o'clock. So it was terrible for me sometimes. But on one dolphin trip, we were out and we saw this floating boat in the middle of the bay. Nobody on it. It was it's a 6 or 7 foot long boat. It's not big. So we think, oh, that's really peculiar. Let's just stay here for a minute. Maybe there's someone diving or something like that. Did a few circles of it. After about 5 minutes, we think, nah, there's nobody here. And it was kind of rough seas, so it could have been a tender that knocked off of someone's boat. It could have been some refugees from Morocco, because it was a southerly wind that could most likely have blown from Morocco, and the refugees had just fallen off or something. But either way, we decided to find us keepers, you know, salvage rights and all that. So we take it back to Marina Bay, which is where we inevitably ended up taking it from. And me and my friend Sam Matthews decided, let's row it all the way round to this marina. Thought, yeah, fuck it, great. The wind was still southerly blowing, but in order to get into this marina, you need to go to the west, north, and then east. And everything was going perfectly fine. We had a life jacket, we had a little milk jug as our bail if we started taking on any water throughout the whole excursion. And we ended up not being able to fight the wind to get into the marina. I was actually talking to my mum about this earlier. We had to follow along the groin that goes into the marina until we had enough of a shot with less wind to make it into the port. And then, you know, you get in, you speak to the marina, sort out your credentials and whatnot, and everything was all brilliant. It was fine and dandy. From there on, I thought, right, we have so many plans for this boat. I'm going to sand it down, I'm going to get some paint on there, I'm going to make it nice, I'm going to sell it, I'm going to do all sorts with it. None of that ever happened. As a lot of you found quite funny in my last video, there's nothing as permanent as a temporary fix, but there was never any fix done to it. Last time I pulled it out of the water onto the pontoon and scraped the barnacles off of it was fuck knows how long ago. I probably should do it at some point and anti-foul it even, because it does spend a lot of time in the water. It's already suffering quite badly from osmosis, but it's okay. It still holds when you stand in it and whatnot. Oh, I've got my mother down the pontoon over there. Look, I was wondering where she'd gone. I don't know if you can see her walking down the pontoon. I was wondering where she was so I could make this video with her, but she was seemingly had disappeared. But yeah, one of the other things I wanted to do to that boat, actually, was raise the transom on on it because when my sister bought the motor for it, if you gave it full tip, sitting on the back, you'd have about this much clearance to the water. So I figured let's get some elevation like that. Again, never done that. It's all projects that should have been done. How are you doing, Mother?
I'm all right. My walking regime is working quite well. Look, before, after.
Oh,
before, after.
Are you sure you shouldn't just be working on the posture?
Well, with that too, I have. No, seriously, this is me relaxed. I'm not sucking it in at all. I'm not sucking that in at all. So I've still got a bit to go. I reckon I've got half a kilo. But it's not so much weight loss as exercise. You know, walking here, walking there, walking everywhere.
I was just saying.
And rowing.
I was wondering where you had gone.
Did you think I'd gone for a row?
I did, but then I saw the boat was still there.
I was going to do another rowing video, but look, that big cloud's just blocked the sun.
Let's go now.
What?
I've got this.
No, because everybody likes just the soft noise of the oars on the water.
Well, I got it going on video.
It's not very relaxing, is it, mate?
Are you saying I should build an exhaust for it with a muffler?
No.
So it's quieter.
It is what it is. I discovered there's something called a jet board, an electric surfboard. You know what?
Are you thinking of the hydrofoils?
No, hydrofoils range from $7,000 to $15,000.
They're expensive.
Jet boards, but basically you've got to be quite good at surfing. You know, it's what I was.
Is it a jet engine propulsion?
No, it's a little water pump underneath, an electric water pump, similar to a jet ski, and boy, they go like the clappers. And the most expensive one I've seen is $4,000. You can get them for $1,500, so they are much cheaper. And plus the hydrofoil, you got to have really good balance because you come up really high. Faster you go, higher you get. Guy who came in here, I mean, he was above the pavement on a low tide.
Not quite.
And
I think for that price, I'd rather buy another watch. I could always do with more watches.
No
I
more
actually have
watches.
ordered another watch. I told my mother about this, but I haven't told YouTube. You'll all be seeing it soon. I'll just give you a little hint. Chronograph Tudor. You can make up the guess. What's up with my eyes? What's going on there? I've had my eyes open for too long, clearly. I don't know what's going on with that. Where's my mother gone? Where are you? Madre? Where are you? Ah, she's coming. I bet she's... Oh yes, you can't forget the wine as soon as you get in. Ice machine, scooping ice in. Look, here she is.
Right, now you've said that, I can prove to everybody, right, that is pure water. That is pure water and ice. And because I don't like, well, sometimes I like just water.
And then there's the wine.
I don't think that's excessive, and that's how I drink wine and water. You know, Jesus turned the water into wine, so it's religious, actually. It'd be sacrilege for me not to do it.
Biblical drink, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you like one? I'll go make
No, I don't drink.
Oh, I beg to differ. You do on occasion.
When I drink, I drink. Let's just say that.
I've got a video to prove it.
When?
Oh, when you've been passed out, we were all laughing. And your dad videoed you and said, oh, look at Ben. He puked again.
When was this?
Years ago.
I was going to say, because I used to be a bit of a party animal when I was 17.
Your mate, Sam Matthews, I think, has a few videos. Mind you, we've got a few videos of him as well.
Yeah. Well, this is the leisure of being a teenager, isn't it?
Yeah.
I said in a couple videos ago that I don't understand why the drinking age is 18 years old, because, my opinion, everybody drinks before they're 18, and by the time they reach 18, at least in my case, is I became bored of it.
What happened with you and your sister is you went mental the first time you tried it. I remember me and then your dad saying to her, don't do it, I know what I'm doing, and she was really ill. And you did the same thing on champagne, I think. She did it on wine, and you both woke up the next day and said, I hated that, never doing that again. But you did. I remember the time one of your mates you had here on the back deck, you threw up, and he laughed so much he threw up. But I can't remember which.
Might have been Matthews.
No, I don't think it was Matthews. I think it was that kid Chunky.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
either him or it could have been Eric. I can't remember, but it was one of your mates, and they just laughed. It could have been Matthews. They laughed so hard they actually puked as well, and I couldn't stop laughing. But I did. But I had to clean all the puke up. I was just watching you both. That was, I don't know, must have been about 3 years ago. What are you now? 21? Well, there you go. You'd have been 18, wouldn't you? I suppose.
Yeah. Well, what have you been up to today, anyways, while I've been away?
I've actually been doing loads of things, secret things, none of your business things.
Oh, secret things.
Yeah.
She'll have been applying at MI6. Look at that, that's the face of I've been doing exactly that, and you're completely right, Ben.
You can draw your own conclusions. Why not? Everyone else does.
Yep.
And
Did
I've been walking. I've been walking a lot. And I've been up to the office. I've been waiting for a dress to come from Amazon, which was only €17. And it actually looks like it's only worth €1. It's one of the most horrible dresses ever. It's like a dishcloth. And I had to wait all fucking day for the Amazon
Told you,
man.
go to Carrefour instead of ordering clothes online. Ordering clothes online is a recipe for disaster.
Mostly they work out for me. I think I will go into Gibraltar tomorrow and I'll buy something from maybe.
No, they'll rip you off in Drip. Just literally.
they don't.
I will take you to Carrefour in the car.
Don't like Carrefour clothes really.
Okay, I will take you to Palmonic.
I don't
Next to
want.
Media Mark. There's a nice place.
Well, firstly, I assume you're working.
I might be throughout the day.
I'm sure you will be. Secondly, I'm not going all the other side of the bay to get a dress when I can get one in Gib for 20 quid. They don't rip me off in Gib. No, they don't. I'm not going to go into Trends. That is expensive. I agree. That's unnecessarily expensive. But I'll
Yes,
go
you
in.
want this T-shirt? That'll be £90, please.
I think I'll go in that shop that used to be British Home Stores and it's now Emporium
Emporium.
or something like. I think I'll go in that one.
Yes, it
I'll
used to
do
be
that one.
BHS, then it changed to Debenhams,
That's right.
or might have been the other way round.
I used to work for them.
Oh yeah.
And the company I worked for was called International Franchise or something. So basically they look for these franchises. Mothercare, they own that one. They're connected to Marks and Spencer's, but they don't own that name. And they go around and they apply for brand names and they open those British brand names in Gibraltar.
The thing is, if any more people buy out Marks and Spencers, they're going to just need to keep adding names. Marks and Spencers and Gomez and Martinez.
I'm not sure Marks and Spencer's actually exists anymore, but it's different here.
But it does in Jib.
Yeah, in Gib, what they're trying to do is create the British feel as much as possible. This is what a lot of businesses want to do. They want,
This is true.
for example, we have not had red telephone boxes in the UK for decades, but they have them in Gib. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, definitely. You know, fun fact about Gibraltar. Did you know it is, I believe, the 7th smallest country in the world? Did you know
Yeah.
Gibraltar has the largest GDP per capita in the world?
Can I ask a really dumb question? I've never understood what GDP is.
It's per, like,
How much per person?
revenue
earned and-
per capita.
Right. But Gibraltar does have lots of rich people in it, but it equally has many modest family incomes in it as well. Many. It's not like Monaco where everybody's really rich.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the time, people, they just have the residency there because, as I'm told by people, I wouldn't know because I'm not one of these massive millionaires, but apparently you're only taxed up to £147,000. So if you make £1 million a year, that's 14% tax.
It's not quite like that actually. There's two categories of citizen, and I forget which way round it is.
Class 2 is
For
the normal
example,
people.
right, yeah, for example, there's a class 1 and a class 2. The one that's tax exempt, no, I don't think
Class 2.
they don't even pay a percentage. They pay something like 10 grand tax flat, that's it, bang, bang.
147,000 capped.
Right, so anything they earn over that, they pay what?
Nothing.
Nothing, right, okay.
So you can make $1 billion in 1 year,
Right.
147,000 tax.
right.
That's what I'm told.
And do the Monegascans, is that how you say it, Monegascans? Do the Monegascans have that?
The Monegas.
Monegas.
No, I think that I don't think there's any income tax in Monaco.
Not
It's-
even for normal
No.
citizens.
No, there is, as far as I'm aware, there is no income tax. But you need to have €500,000 in a Monegas bank account. You need to own a property relative to your income. And you need to live there for more than 6 months of the year.
There must be a type of monogas that's third, fourth gen that's not rich. Like we have Gibraltarians who their families have been on the rock for many generations,
Well,
but they're far from rich. As I say, I mean, some of them are downright poor. Some of them are just not wealthy at all.
Well, I'm
monogas must have that.
I'm definitely sure nepotism exists in.
Of course it does. It did at the Dolphin Safari. How do you think you got your job? How do you think your sister got her job? Of course it does. In a small place, it's bound to.
Yeah.
They look after their own.
You get people just inherit loads of money.
What I'm asking is, are there poor citizens in Monaco?
No.
Are there modest income citizens, or are they all? Are you sure they're all?
A modest income in Monaco is like still shit.
What about people who just work service industry? I don't know. They're waiter, waitress.
Well, if they work a waiter, waitress, they probably live in Beausoleil.
Or France, right? Or Italy.
That's like sort of the up end, outside Monaco, but just on the outskirts.
I just find it difficult to believe that all of them are rich, because a lot of people think that about Gib, and it's not true. There's a huge population in Gib that are not rich. The rich people, the class 2s or whatever, they're very, very small parts.
There's some old geezer out on the promenade who's walking and like doing this.
That's power walking.
No, but they're walking slow.
Well,
I think it just looks like some lunatic waving their arms or
he's
walking.
probably pacing himself, isn't
woman.
he? Oh, well, she's probably... A lot of them come for an evening walk.
Is she still doing it?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go for a row. Can
Yeah,
you believe
look,
that?
she's still doing it. Oh.
Can you believe
You've got
that
a
cloud
terrible view.
just thwarted my plans for a row?
The
It's
terrible
like God is peeping through.
Look, you can see it. Oh, I don't know if you'll pick it up on the camera.
Oh,
You
I
see, she's
see.
just fucking waving her arms.
She's doing her exercises. Do you know what? Everybody in this town started doing that around about 2017.
What? Just wandering around?
Around about 2016, they basically all wore tracksuits and they were looked like very much gangsters, gold necklace, mullet haircut and all that. And then just overnight, everyone in La Linea turned posh and started doing power walking and exercising. And then
I
they
think you'll find that the Swiss just showed up in their camper vans.
they've got the public exercise machine things, haven't they?
Yeah, they've gone to shit. Nobody
Do you
uses
remember
it.
the guy used to go and use it every day?
I'm glad that machine broke.
Your dad said, I'm going to take some oil over there. It's waking me up every morning, that old boy.
Yeah. That gymnasium that's just...
It's next
over
to the
there.
bar.
Yeah, just behind it. There was one of those machines that you grab two separate handles and it's two wheels like this.
It's still there.
And one of them was just...
I think there's another one down
And
the other end.
there is,
isn't
yeah, but
there?
they've both gone to shit.
Right.
Yeah, they're all broken now. They're
Like
all
the
terrible.
dog shampooing machine
What dog shampooing?
at Dog Beach. You know, that was
Oh,
that was my
that.
bloody favourite beach, and they actually call it Dog Beach now, and they've put a gate on it, and there's like a big fancy chrome dog wash.
But they've never unpackaged.
They did unpackage it. I saw people wash their dogs with it. It broke within about a week. Then it was all wrapped up. This was all a social media idea. And then it stopped. Like the stickers on the floor about social distancing.
Oh,
You still see them in London.
Yeah, you still see them in places like Sota Grande in the port.
Really?
Yeah, there's little arrows on the floor and stuff with the feet prints. Sometimes you go into a lift in like the main supermarket area and you'll see keep your distance.
When we were in London, there were 2 footprints in the lift.
Once again, I was really cut off by my phone storage being full. I should really invest in the iCloud, shouldn't I?
All you've got to do is remember, once you've made the video, once it's uploaded, YouTube's got a copy. Just delete it off your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I had a comment a few days ago.
Oh dear, is someone in trouble?
No, asking what kind of necklace was this, and I said it was just a resin.
Oh, it's all twisted.
It is all twisted. I've got 2 necklaces. They do tend to twist together. This one was bought by my wonderful girlfriend. I believe it's just resin in a metal casing. Nothing too interesting. And this one is from Pandora that my girlfriend got me. However, I'm not the best at maintaining stuff, as you can tell. Yeah, it's a little bit rusty, but I think I could just get some auto swap on that and that will clean right up.
I found your shark tooth necklace. I hung it up in your wardrobe.
And again, just by me wiping my finger on it, it's cleaned up.
If it's silver, it will. Silver tarnishes goes...
Like that?
Yeah, I think that's silver.
It is.
Has black in it, yeah. Oh, don't, Ben.
It has mine and my girlfriend's initials on it. It's lovely. I very much enjoyed it, and it was a random gift as well. It wasn't anything special occasion. It was just I have a gift for you, and boom.
Oh, that's nice.
One of those. It's brilliant. Love it to bits. Was there anything else you wanted to share before we?
I don't know where it cuts off last.
Probably exactly when we looked at the camera.
No, I don't think so. I think we've been yapping for ages.
No, because I keep looking every now and again, just in case. That's exactly why I look.
No, there's nothing in particular.
I'll tell you what, I cracked a joke at the beginning of the video. Tell me what you think of it.
Oh dear.
It's
So I know your humour is an
No.
acquired taste.
I said, did you hear about the Mexican man that robbed a train recently? If you look at the police reports, he had a locomotive.
Right, okay.
Like, he had a locomotive.
Okay. Still not funny.
Old people, they will never understand the humour of the youth, will they?
It's just not funny, Ben. It's got nothing to do with it. It didn't make me laugh. It takes quite a lot to make me laugh, you know that.
I don't think it does. There have been times I've just said to you, egg, and you just start. Look at that, see?
Well, you're a funny kid.
What would you like to name your team, Benji? Cream!
I remember that. No, I said, what do you want your nickname to be? And you went Cream. That made your sister laugh as well.
Cream. I think what it was is you'd been going on about some cream wallpaper. Or something like that. You've been mentioning the colour. And that's why it just came to mind straight away. Or we used to have whipped cream in the fridge all the time.
Yeah, we did.
And we just like go up to it straight into our mouths for whatever
reason. Well, you did, no one else did.
No, I was not the only one. I remember Dad being like, come on.
No. No, I don't.
I have vivid memories of this.
Okay. Maybe.
She never did.
No, I wouldn't. Maybe Graham would do that, yeah, maybe.
Well, not anymore, but at the time, yes. Anyways, I think that's about all we can cover in today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and good night, and may your God go with you.